All right, too, we back, man. Coming in with part 3. As y'all can see, the motor is in the truck. It's all the way in there. We finna start getting ready to try to run the harness out through the firewall coming out this hole right here. So I'm gonna have to go on the inside, push most of the lines through. And if you're gonna try to do this, I've been looking at it. I think the best way you're gonna be able to do it, push the transmission plug through first, because it's about that big. Don't try to push all the wires through there at one time. Start with the transmission plug and then slowly just pull it. You're gonna have to come in and out unless you got somebody here to help you. But yeah, so we finna get cracking on it. Finna start getting the harness fed through that hole right there from the inside. So the harness will come out, lay on top of the motor, and we'll run all the wires on the inside. Any other wires that I'm using, I just run them back maybe across here and then feed them back through the inside through that same hole, unless I can find one over here, just to give it, you know, the ignition 12 power. I'm gonna use that right here from the distributor to hook up to the main ignition. All this other stuff ain't gonna be necessary. Just the oil pressure, but it's a digital dash, so but other than that, I ain't gonna be using too much of nothing other than just the main power wires right there, which need to be cleaned up, starter wire, and that's pretty much it. The alternator wire and all that ain't gonna get used, so all that can either be cut out, pulled out, but I'm not cutting it. I'm gonna just tuck it and sit it to the side. So y'all just stay tuned. I'm gonna come on the inside over here and show y'all how we coming. Finna make a video on the gas tank tonight. Got the fuel system selecting unit right there. So this the harness and the computer. Somebody had asked me in the comments about what harness they ran with. Just by me putting my eyes on it, I can't even lie. Since it came with these EV1 style injectors like the LS1, this looked like one of them Amazon harnesses, man, but I could be wrong. But that's what it looks like to me, because it's made up just like the Amazon harnesses with the OBD2 port and everything ran to it. You got those 2 wires with the crank sensor next to it, but it could be of quality. I'm not 100% sure, but it has every single connector, the alternator, the map sensor, coolant temp, throttle body, IAC, everything is on there. So transmission plug. So we're gonna start feeding this through first and then start feeding the rest of it through. I just got to figure out what these 2 wires right here are that's taped up. I don't know if they could be fan 1, fan 2, something like that, but like I said, the harness was already operating in the vehicle. I know this is gonna be my ignition wire to go to that 12-volt key source. Then this is the fuel pump. This is the TCC for the brake switch right here, that purple wire. And yeah, that's about it. So y'all just stay tuned. Finna push this through here and we'll be back. All right, too, we back, man. We pretty much got all the wiring tackled. Finna show y'all a little bit of what's going on right here. I had to run to the yard to get a couple of things for the guy that he didn't have, but for the most part, still got some other stuff we got to figure out, but we finna do the first crank up pretty soon. So the whole harness is on, laid out. These are the factory bulkhead wires. I just got to put them in loom. Radiator hose with this aftermarket aluminum radiator. It doesn't want to fit, but it's like it's the same exact size, so I might can squeeze it on there. Everything hooked up for the most part. So let me take y'all in here on the inside. Oh, you see this long wire right here? That's the wire I ran from the inside from the distributor. I just put a fuse on it. You see the digital dash. Oh, that's got to be rehooked up. Oil pressure, everything. Fuse block and everything over there. I don't know if y'all can hear. Let me switch it off. I'm Pretty sure y'all probably heard the relays click on. So listen one more time. And that was the fuel pump one. So everything is pretty much good. She will turn over, but ain't no oil in it. So I'm gonna go to the parts store, get some oil, put some oil in it, and I'm gonna pour a little gas in the throttle body just to hear it crank up, just to make sure it's gonna fire up and run. Even if it ran for a second, I just want to make sure the motor runs. And one thing that I found out after the fact, when I put the headers on, there was a broke off bolt inside the head on the driver's side in the very back. I said it would be in the very back, so, but I mean, I'll let them know that. You probably take it to a shop and let them tap it out. I just don't have all that stuff to do that. If I did, I would have did it, but I just don't have it. But he will develop a exhaust leak if he don't get that fixed. So yeah, that's pretty much where we at, man. So we're gonna be doing the first crank up pretty soon. We got all the wires and everything hooked up. She's spinning over by the key, all the relays and everything coming on. So once I pour a little gas in the throttle body, she should fire up with no problems. But for the most part, everything else is just miscellaneous stuff we gotta get. I gotta find lower radiator hose. I'll probably just go look up the same one I got on my truck, put on here, and see what I can do for that, and get a belt. And I got the alternator bracket and everything for him already. I had an extra one, I'll just sell him mine. And yeah, man, for the most part, she gonna be wrapped up here pretty soon, man. Clean the wires up, see about hooking up all them gauges. After y'all just make sure it's running and hitting the key every time. As long as it's doing that, then I'll fool around with the gauges, getting the temperature and the oil pressure and everything like that together. And then running the fuel system, gotta do that still too. So y'all just stay tuned, man. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe on the videos, and we'll be back. Peace. All right, man, we're finna try this first start up. See if I can get this kind of set up right here. Let y'all see a little bit. Pour a little gas. And the throttle. See what she do. All right. She ain't trying. Let's see. That math fucked up. See what she do. There she go. Y'all heard it. Throw that gas in now. That's the first startup. She on the way.